The first traces of using legal systems go back to England. The Magna Carta gave individuals rights, the Glorious Revolution limited the power of the monarchy, and the Age of Enlightenment led to separation of powers, individual rights, which let the government being ruled by the people. These historical events helped shape the U.S. Constitution. The United States Constitution is the basic principles of the nation. It determines the powers and duties. The Constitution is broken up into three parts: preamble, Articles 1 through 7, and the amendments.
The frame of the Constitution has separate powers, which consists of three main bodies: the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. This separation of powers was designed to ensure no person could become too powerful. This is called checks and balances. But what do each of these branches do, and how do they prevent each other from becoming too powerful? The executive branch contains the president, the executive and cabinet departments, and the independent government agencies. The responsibility of the executive branch is to enforce the laws. The legislative branch is the Congress. It contains the House of Representatives and the Senate. Their responsibilities are to create laws. The judicial branch contains the courts, the Supreme Court, courts of appeal, and district courts. The courts' responsibilities is to interpret the laws, to maintain peace. They all have duties to prevent them from becoming too powerful. The executive branch vetoes laws made by the legislative branch, while the legislative branch can impeach the president, override vetoes with a 2/3 vote. The legislative branch approves of the federal judges in the judicial branch, and the judicial branch can declare laws created by the legislative branch unconstitutional. The judicial branch can declare presidential acts unconstitutional to the executive branch, and the executive branch has the power to appoint judges and pardon powers for the judicial branch.
The Bill of Rights consists of the 27 amendments. The First Amendment is freedom of expression. The Second Amendment is right to bear arms. The Third Amendment is quartering of soldiers, so no one in the military can stay in your house without your permission. The Fourth Amendment is the right to not have people search your house unreasonably. The Fifth Amendment is no person shall have to answer a capital unless on a presentment of a grand jury. The Sixth Amendment is right to a speedy trial. The Seventh Amendment is the right to have a jury in trials. The Eighth Amendment is no person should have a cruel and unusual punishment. The Ninth Amendment, the Constitution's listing of certain rights, shouldn't be interpreted as denying or belittling other rights the people retain. The 10th Amendment is the rights reserved to the states or people. The 11th Amendment is that the judicial power of the United States shall not be constructed to extend to any suit in law or equity. The 12th Amendment is elected shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for president and vice president. The 13th Amendment is the abolishment of slavery. The 14th Amendment establishes citizenship to all people born in the United States. The 15th Amendment prohibits the denial of the right to vote based on race. The 16th Amendment allows the federal government to collect income taxes from individuals and corporations, regardless of the source of that income. The 17th Amendment establishes direct elections for senators in each state. The 18th Amendment declared the production, transport, and sale of intoxicating liquors illegal. The 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote. The 20th Amendment moved the start and end dates of presidential and congressional terms to January 20th and January 3rd, respectively, shortening the period between elections and the start of new terms. The 21st Amendment repealed the 18th Amendment to stop prohibition. The 22nd Amendment prevents the president running more than 2 terms. The 23rd Amendment grants residents of the District of Columbia the right to vote in presidential elections. The 24th Amendment prohibits the federal and state governments from requiring voters to pay a poll tax. The 25th Amendment is the procedures for presidential succession and disability, ensuring a smooth transition of power if the president dies, resigns, is removed, or becomes unable to fulfill their duties. The 26th Amendment made the voting age to 18 points. The 27th Amendment prevents Congress from granting themselves pay raises during the current session.